Going so fast, every doubt we had has come undone. Falling behind with everything we left there. We held on for far too long, and now we'll one day tell our story of how we made something of ourselves now. There's no race, there's only runners. Put one foot in front of the other. Turn off the light when you go, 'cause we got everything we're gonna need. You're on the run, we're on the run, we're on the run, child. We're on the run, we're on the run, we're on the run, child. Hey everyone, welcome to MT Guitar. Hope you're doing well. Wanted to show you a different angle, a different view. Behind me is my studio, and I've been doing a lot of work here, editing and doing some vocal overdubs for my upcoming album. So I thought it might be fun to show you a little bit of what that might look like. I've got my two monitors, both visually and in terms of speakers. I also have my audio interface and a bunch of mics laying around. And, this is a laptop, but that's not what I'm using currently. I'm using a Mac Mini. So anyway, that's for another video talking about a studio setup. Today we're doing a request from a patron for Lucius, Two of Us on the Run. And I highly recommend checking out Lucius if you haven't already. They're led by two female vocalists who are just incredible and gorgeous singers. They are frequent collaborators of Roger Waters. They tour with Roger, and they also have some videos out with him, including Two Suns in the Sunset and others. So I recommend checking them out. I think they also appeared in the War on Drugs video for Pain, which I also did a lesson on that. So really nice song here. We've got some gorgeous guitar parts. So there were two guitar parts in the studio recording, and I transcribed both of them. What they wanted is a sound of everything being fretted. So it creates these slightly unnatural, fingerings. So let me show you. The first part here is... Okay. It's kind of tricky to play. Then the other one is... Right. Also a little tricky to play. Now, the difference is if they had done the same exact notes in an open area, it would sound a little different. That's why they didn't do it. So it would be... When you have open strings like that, sometimes it doesn't translate in the studio like you would hope. So they went with this, and you just have to do that pinky stretch there. There's a few sections in this, but all the chords are basically very, very easy. B minor and A and D, and then you've got some G and E minor going on. And that's pretty much it. So what I'll do is, as we learn the song, I'll sort of talk about how I might go about a chord melody, which I did a little bit on the demo. When you have a beautiful melody like that, it's really fun to play it on the guitar. So yeah, anyway, there'll be a tab for this on the Patreon. Check that out. Let's jump on in. All right, so we're going to start with the intro, which becomes the same first phrase of the verse. So once we get the intro, we're already halfway through the verse. So I want to show you the two studio parts and then playing it open. And I think between those three, any of them will work, honestly. But it's kind of nice to have all three. You can just start mixing and matching. And that's kind of what I did in the demo. So first we have a B minor bar chord. Okay, you're going to go 6th, 5th, 3rd strings. Just going to show you the bare bones. All right, then we go to an A, but we don't bar it. We just go 6th, 5th, and 3rd strings and hit those with your thumb and 1st and 3rd fingers. Reach the pinky, 9th fret, bring it back to 7th fret. Okay, and then a D, which is a slightly odd, but they wanted all fretted notes, so they didn't want an open D string. So they did it here, 5th fret, 5th string, 4th fret, 4th string, 3rd fret, 2nd string. And then you kind of do almost like a Travis picking thing. Well, just a constant bass and fingers alternation. Again. Now you could add a couple more notes to fill it in. Like 5th, 4th, and then 5th string in between those. And then 5th again. Right, or you could just leave it be. The other part would be here. Okay, so let's learn that. You could do this, the entire song, entire verse if you wanted. 6th, 3rd, 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Now, well, this is an A over C sharp. So it's 9th fret, 6th string, 5th string muted, 4th string, 7th fret, 3rd string, 9th fret, 2nd string, 10th fret. And you go 6th, 4th, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. So that's... Okay, and then it would be D. Again, we just want just a few strings of here. So 5th, 4th, and 2nd strings of a D, bar chord, but not barred really. And you just go 5th, 4th, 2nd, and then start doing the bass bounce. All right, that's... All right, but you might just want to do this, especially when you start singing after the intro. So that would be the same part as this, except here. So that's 5th, 4th, 2nd of a B minor chord, 5th and 2nd of an A chord, 5th and 2nd strings, open, 2nd fret, 3rd string, and then D chord. All 3 of these will be written on the Patreon. Take your pick. Then the verse starts the same way. There are 2 of us on the run. Okay, that's the first phrase. Second phrase, same thing. D, but now we go to G. No matter what the part is, you should go to open G here. That's what they do. Now in A, and this is what they do with the live version. They play their A and Ds often like this. So that would be 6th, 5th, 3rd strings of a bar chord, right? And you just go in order of 6th, 5th, 3rd, and then walk it up to a D, 6th, 5th, 3rd strings. And then they sing, we held on. All right, so G. And the pattern here would be 6th, 4th, 2nd, bass, 3rd, 4th, 2nd, bass, 3rd, 4th, as an example. And then E minor, really interesting thing here, they play, you could just play a regular E minor, but they do it 5th frets, 2nd and 4th strings, really cool. So they get that 5th fret fretted, right? That E note fretted, which is what they wanted. Fascinating studio part. Okay. Then they just repeat the verse. So let's practice the entire verse, then we'll go to the what I hear is kind of the pre-chorus or the first chorus, if that makes sense. All right, so the whole verse, 3, 4. There are 2 of us somewhere going so fast. A. Here's the G. The weird E minor. Then they have another verse. Let's just do it again. Here it goes to G. A to D. And the G again. E minor. Okay, now we get to the strumming part, and this is when they sing someday we'll, you know, that whole thing where they extend out the phrase. It's really cool. But I would just do bass, down, bass, up, down, up. You can also go bass, down, up, bass, up, down, up. When I say bass, that means fourth string. Just did a lesson on this on Grateful Dead Ripple. Bass, down, bass, up, down, up. It was a different groove, but it was also swung. But very common strumming pattern here, including in this song. They do that for 4 bars, then they go to G, then E minor, just a regular E minor for 2 bars. Repeat the whole thing. G for 2 bars. E minor, but this time let it ring out. All right, so then they have just another run of everything, and then they go into perhaps the chorus, right? There's no race, it's only a runner. And I would just do strumming, bar chords kind of thing, or open, it doesn't matter, just strumming. So that would be some of the thing. Bass down, bass up, down, up, bass down, up, bass up, down, up. And you just do this over and over. I think like probably 6 times. When they say, turn off the lights when you leave, they start to change it here. We're going, okay, B minor, everything we need, E minor. Okay, B minor, A, G. We're on the run, B minor, the run, A to D. Okay. So after, you know, the final pass through of this would be lyrically, we gotta run, we're on the run, we're on the run, child. And then they immediately go into the pre-chorus again area where it's same thing as before. I would actually do a D sus sometimes as well on this. Let's do that now. There's 4 bars, then G, right? We've already gone over it. E minor, and it actually ends on that after you know, a few times of doing that. So there you go. There's the song. As far as the chord melody goes, I mentioned I would touch on that. You know, it's kind of in this studio part, which is maybe where they found the studio part. The vocal is on the verse, so I'm just adding a couple notes, right? And then the melody goes like that, so I could do that over a G chord. So having a command over not only the chords and the fretboard, but the melody. You know, just sort of being able to find these melodies and play them. And, you know, it's something that it takes time, but I recommend isolating it. Try to make your guitar sing, and then just see if you can add the chords behind it. So hopefully this makes sense. Let me know and enjoy.